As you life size and inflatable collector here today, I have a good, actually a decent review tonight. It's early tonight. I just don't feel like doing it in the morning because I gotta work and help my uncle with his haunt this year. I still gotta battery up things and build it. So this, you might notice, is a purple button. So what do you guys might think this is? Now, before we get into this review, this was recently, it was purchased and actually given to me at the same time, purchased and given, gifted to me by a close friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. But this is a Gemmy life size. Now, just by, you can tell by the clothes in it, it's a butler. And he's actually in decent condition, besides the head and the motors are not working in his head currently right now, which is fine. But the body is actually excellent condition. I'm impressed on how good this was took care of. Mostly, besides it being in a storage building for so many years, hasn't been pulled out since 2015 or 13. No, I take that back, since 2013. I don't know what year this butler is, but it's an Edwardian, 6 foot tall, life size animated butler. So here's the head, and obviously you can tell it had a nasty fall one year, which is fine. I started restoring it early, which I should have waited to do a video on, but I got his eyes back in his head, which first off, I have a picture that I'll show pretty soon. That his eyes were out, and the bottom of this was actually broken, so, which is fine, you know. But he's got the original hat. Everything's original except for just new gears, which is going in the head mechanism. And the reason why I got it in a plastic bag is because these are so rare and worth so much that I kept it in a bag, unlike the other butler and the other Gemmy life sizes that I have. But like the Jason, which I will do a restoring video soon on Jason, a full length video of it. But today, this was gifted to me by one of the private collectors, which I won't tell the name. Don't mind my legs, guys. But I'm gonna take off this bag. Here he is. Now, as you can tell, the tray's off because the hand also snapped when it had a nasty fall during 1 year. But it's actually decent condition, which I'm gonna show you guys. So if you never owned one of these, obviously that's the try me button, the sensor, and then back behind him, which there's his headgear and stuff. This doesn't have a volume control. Here's the release button too. But all you have is the adapter, the on and off, the on, the sensor, and no microphone jack either, guys. So you can tell it's dusty, hasn't been taken care of, which all Halloween props are dusty sometimes when you have them for so many years. But I'm gonna get him standing right now currently. Let me pop. And if you hear fans, guys, it's the display behind me. I kind of rearranged it one more time. Due to the wind, there's the pumpkin carriage, and I got Christmas lights already hung because, you know, right after Halloween, I go right into Christmas. But enough about that. So before I put him to full length, this guy has not seen the light or the day of Halloween since 2000 and probably 13 or 15, I don't remember. But a life size, you just kind of press on it, which I gotta release the button, which you always want to do that, but you want to be gentle with it. When it clicks into place like that, you kind of bring them up to their full height. But like I was saying though, this has seen better days. And this is not going to be for sale. This will be kept by me as a private collector. And this ain't the only life size I've got too, guys. I have other ones that are a little bit older and like before they first came out. This is not a prototype that I know of, and if it ain't, then that's okay. But this is not a wrapping butler either. That's fine. That's okay with it. But I'm gonna connect his head. Let me see if I can. No, you can't see his body, but here he is, fully standing. Like I said, he was actually in decent condition when I got him, which I gotta attach the plate, which was held by a screw one time, which is okay. But this hand never shattered, so this is the original hand on this guy. And this is the breathing butler. This is where the animated breathing comes in and out. Like I said, he's pretty tall. Nothing is completely broke on him, not even the base. The base is actually not even shattered. The boots have seen better days because, like I said, he was in storage for so many years and never brought out to see, you know, Halloween one time. Halloween anymore until now. So, he's about 6 foot. He's a little bit taller than me once I get his head on. And I'm sorry if I look tired, guys. I've been working on a display for the last 3 to 4 weeks and I haven't had sleep, so that's okay. But here he is in his full standing glory. He's got his candy dish, which I know most people don't probably have for theirs, or it's been lost, or they just, you know, or it's just on there completely, which I'll have to probably hot glue it. And this is all original. Nothing has been replaced except, like I said, the headgear, which was stuck at one point. But, ow, here's his head. And that's the only crack that I noticed, guys, too, is just on his forehead, which my wife can easily hot glue, which is totally fine, because why not? But he's seen better days, for sure, but nothing else is kind of broke, which is good. Let me connect his body, at least his head back in, just like so. And the headgear is kind of iffy sometimes. As you can tell, it moves very not goodly, and his clothes are kind of jacked up. That's kind of concerning. He doesn't have to look right on perfectly, but I'd rather him look like, you know, a regular life size. His head might seem to be tilting, and it is, because currently the splicing of the when it was setting for so many years, you know, like some of the headgears are starting to fall apart on him, which is fine, and he'll be in really good. This is a good home for him for sure. I'll take really good care of this one. But the reason why I got this, and there's a story behind it, is because we started a haunt, which takes the whole entire front back side of the house. And here's his hat. His hat is basically looked brand new. I added this little bit right here, this little creepy cloth to give it some character, which most butlers don't. But I'm gonna put his head on. And I'll leave him out for ouch, shoot, sorry. I'll leave him out for Christmas because I'll put a Santa hat obviously on him. His hair is in great condition. And some of it, you know, like his face is really badly cracked. And that's probably just because of the heat and the nasty fall that he had years ago. I could easily just hot glue that, or my wife can't, and we'll just paint it back the way that this is original paint. But here he is, standing. Like I said, everything is practically smack brand new on this character. Well, not even brand new, but everything's original except for the headgear. Headgear's not ordered, and a new plug, obviously, because his is not found. Which, I don't know where that is. But, I mean, look at that. He looks just like, you know, like he used to. And his clothes will need to be kind of refixed and stuff, which is fine, which I'll do later on. But I've got him standing with near the fireplace in the house, because, you know, full butler. But, like I said, everything is technically original, except for the headgear. Which I'll do a restoring video on this guy too, because, I mean, he works, his sound works, it's just the eye mechanism doesn't move, and the head completely does not move either. But you can tell it's very loose, and that concerns me as well. But he does go full, you know, like he needs to. Yeah, his head's very tedious. But, look at that dust. This was probably left in here since 2013, last time he was ever used, or 12 at least. But there's the original, the clean product thoroughly before use, which, you know, that's all butlers. But, I mean, look at that. I mean, tell me that's not freaking sick to end up having one of these guys and being this great. Really, the body is in excellent condition. I can't complain. The body shell's not cracked. Nothing is broke. except obviously the headgear, which hasn't moved in a long time. You know, and some life sizes do that. They haven't moved in so many years that it will cause them to just kind of not work. But the crack is very noticeable, which I'll work with. I'll, do a video on how to fix that, and I'll do a video on how to get his eyes out, fix them, pop them back in. But his eyes were completely out. He was just in really rough condition, besides the body in excellent condition. The head's seen better days. The tray's obviously seen better days. The hand is phenomenal because that's just how it is. It's nothing's broke. It's connected in there like it should be. But everything's original. And the button, I had to actually, his button was stuck too for so many years that I had to actually WD-40 this button and pop his button up, because obviously it does get stuck. This is the release button to store him in his easy storage, his storing mode. But I mean, there's not even a button missing. There's nothing completely missing at all on him. And I love this guy to death because obviously, like I said, I mean, a Gemmy life size, what are the odds, showing up in daylight, being in this excellent condition? And I know some people, like Gemmy Master Animatronics and other people, keep really good care of them, but this guy was stored in a storage building outside for so many years with no climate control, which really sucks. I mean, he's been through rain, and his speaker works. Nothing's been touched or fucked with, except for obviously his wires to his head, which is not connected to the body, to the circuit board, which I'll do later. I'll do a video on that. But nothing has, I mean, look at that. Just phenomenally, like it was brand new once, except for the head, which I may end up ordering a head from a friend of mine because he's got, a shit ton of heads. But I want to keep it as original as I can. I don't want to mess with anything else. His eyes are original. I just want to keep it as original as Gemmy did once they put him on the floor. When they started selling them. I don't currently have the original box, which is sad. Which is fine, because the box has seen better days, obviously. But I will probably order a box, or just the actual label, and just slap it on a box. Just like Dawn of the Dead I have, which I currently don't know where she's at. She's probably in a whole nother storage building, which we have 3. Or just in the garage up in the attic, which I don't look up there much, which she might be there. But he was tucked, and the reason how I found him was he was tucked so back in the storage building with all the other Spirit of Halloween props and everything. He was not even bagged up. I mean, and I might trash bag him and put him in a box, but I want to keep a bag, which this is original. This was to keep his head and hat in. But I mean, the fabric on this guy, I mean, you can probably not find him as good as he is in this condition, like on eBay or something, because there might be something wrong with it, like the board doesn't work or something, which the head would be cracked, which this really is bad. I mean, look, it kind of leads up here. It's like right to here. I need to glue that soon, or get my wife to. But, and this is not the talking one, which is fine. This is not latex. This is like plastic. I want to be really gentle with his head, because I mean, that could really shatter bad. But nothing else is wrong with him. So, and I'll give him a full makeover of like fixing his eyes and just redoing a whole restoring video. And I never opened that board down there. I've never opened where his board and wires and all that are. Never opened it, which I may not even do. If the head doesn't work, that's fine. I'll find another way around it. But I mean, it turns so smoothly that it's concerning, because you can't even hear gears in it. And I think there's a split gear. Or, I mean, and he didn't have gears either. I mean, his whole headpiece, where the jack is to his head, was completely off. So I had to drill it. I mean, there's like probably 4 screws that are new, 2 wires that have been replaced, but everything else is original of how he was originally when he was built, which I'm pretty fine with. I can't obviously plug him in right now because, like I said, I don't have a cord, which I ordered on eBay, which might take fucking forever to get here. I hope it gets here before Halloween. And he may not go out on Halloween night. I have all the life sizes standing in the living room, and then the kitchen, which drives my mom crazy, which is fine, you know, it's normal. And most of them are plugged in, most of them don't work because the boards, and they've, you know, which I like about our garage is it has the heater, it has the vent for the air conditioner heater. So, I mean, I could keep him perfectly in best condition all year round. And I may just add detail, like put a skull maybe on his hat, because his hat is plain, but I'll just leave it like it is. I mean, like I said, you can't find them where everything is original, because the head may have been replaced. And that's another thing, the motor might be dead in his eyes, which is fine, I'll just replace it. But like I said, I really don't want to replace anything on this character. I mean, he's all original except for 2 wires, the gears, 4 screws that are holding the plate in to keep his head up. And I don't want to hot glue anything either, because if I've got to get back into his body or something, I mean, I'm going to have to, obviously, you know, like what if the speaker goes out, or his head mechanism goes out again, which is totally fine, but I just want to keep him as this best condition as I can besides the head. I mean, without the light on, you can't really see it, but I really want to get the head perfectly glued back before it just completely shatters and it's a total loss. Which I'll order ahead. I just want to keep as much as a tiny bit or all original to the him. I never ordered the tray. The tray is original. The button had to be wired back up, obviously, which is fine. But I mean, he's in perfect. Shit. Well, besides that, guys, that's okay. I'll fix it. And his hand did take a crack, which is real bad. But like I said, though, I'll probably just drill it back in again or hot glue it, which I don't want to do. But he's pretty. You know, this is what I miss about Gemmy. Why can they not bring back these life sizes like that? I mean, this looks realistic. Besides the head being cracked, obviously. And if he worked, he does. It's just motors. But Gemmy just needs to bring back, like, the dancing Santas and, like, Ghostface, how Spirit did. And, like, Gemmy, if you watch this, just please bring him back like you used to. I mean, a lot of people, and these are worth a lot of money. Like, my uncle's Jason Voorhees is about $2,000 to find. And he works phenomenal. I mean, his Jason does. He has the original Leatherface that has this base. And he's not working. I mean, everything works good on him except for his audio, which I will fix at some point, probably tomorrow, which I've got to go back down there and work again. But, I mean, Gemmy has to come back with these. I mean, let me know what y'all think in the comments, because I feel like they should bring them back. I mean, this is what Gemmy started with. This is what kicked off every animatronic that everyone probably owns now, which I've seen a lot of videos floating on him about him, except for maybe not as many new ones, which is fine, which is totally fine, I get it. And some people may not have him anymore, and just to own him and being in, like, I'm sorry to say this again, but excellent fucking condition, besides the plate in the head, I feel like I will never let go of him until I die. Which, if I die, I may end up giving him up, or if I just don't have the room for him, I may end up selling him, which I may not. I don't want to sell him. I mean, he's in the best, he's in pristine condition, brand spanking new, except for obviously like the head and everything else I talks about. But, and there's not even a hole in his clothes. I mean, look at that. It's like, it was never, like, and, you know, there was rats and stuff and mice, which is normal for a lot of storage buildings after so many years. But everything is in great condition. And I will be honest, I did have to replace his jack down there. His 9-volt jack adapter, because it was cracked too. And there's not even a crack on his base that I know of. The belt buckles are still original. And they're there, both of them are there. His boots are a little chewed up, which is fine. Oh, I caught that plate. I need to reattach that. And that hand's original. But, I mean, he's phenomenally in the best condition that you could ever probably get a life size. Besides the head. And hell, maybe some of them have never been opened. Like him, he was never opened since probably 2010 or 15 at least. I don't remember what year he came out. which I think was probably 2008. I'm gonna have to do research on him and, you know, get a video on how he is supposed to work and just do a live stream on to fix him, probably, if I can live stream yet. If not, I'll just do like part 1, part 25, you know, just parts of him. But I want to go through each mechanism and part and just restore everything as much as I can. Which, believe it or not, guys, he did have a second head that came with him, because the first time that I got him, which his eye looks really, his eyes are like looking deadly into me, so I'm just gonna turn him a bit. Good bud. But and not only that, but that's the only crack that I know of that is in this face, and it is real bad. I mean, look how like wide that is. So my wife will have to hot glue it. If not, I'll just tape it. Which I don't want to hot glue or tape it because it's going to look hideous. And I might just do it from the inside and just get the same paint as his head and just kind of lip it over it. Or I might just try to get it as much, like that. I'm scared to jack with it. But maybe hot glue it like that much and kind of just go over it with paint. But I don't want to slap paint or anything on it because I want to keep it original. But I'm afraid if I keep him in heat or something, his head's going to get worse. So I'm gonna get him 4 boxes, like stacking, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, but keep him in the short mode. But he stands up in the living room with the other butler and the Bozo, the clown that I've got currently. Which Bozo is a prototype that I actually built using a Gemmy Lifestyle stand, and that came from, I don't remember. I think it came from Jason maybe or Freddy. I don't remember, but no, it was Freddy Krueger. He was like in the worst. I've got everything, the head and everything, the mask, you know, clothes and all that, hat and everything. I'll just restore it. I just have to get another Gemmy body that I currently know of that does not have anything, just an endoskeleton of it. But, I mean, this has, like, the black shell, which I really like about him. Not that, but he looks so damn realistic. And I wish that Gemmy would really bring these back, in my opinion. And I know there's a lot of these, like the burgundy one, and another one floating around, just all different, you know, variations of this guy. But I really like this one because, and there's a wrapping one of him too. I thought this was the wrapping butler. Obviously not, because the head would be latex and the mouth would move and stuff, and eyes light up and everything. And then this hand would move up and down. But this is obviously just foam, like any other Gemmy Life size would be. Which I might just leave it back down. Like that. But I kind of corked it up so it, you know, look more realistic. And this is what concerns me too. Listen to this. I don't think that's supposed to move like that. And it might, it may not. I might just leave it as it is. I just don't want to add nothing. Oh, and there's the body bag. But I don't want to add anything else to him. I like him how he is. This is history. If anyone has never seen this before, this is what Gemmy used to do. And the Gemmy company just kind of slacked off and started getting shitty pole bases and other stuff. But this is an easy setup. All you do is hit a button, bomb, bing, bom, boom. Put the head on, plate on, boom, done. Other ones, you have to use instructions. This one, you just store. He pops up as full height. Put the head on, fix his clothes, be done. And Gemmy really needs to bring that back in. Just like the little haunted house, they brought that back. Here's the thing about that haunted house. The original, the 2007, 2008 build, it used to be longer and bigger and not have LEDs where it short circuits at the time, which does that. And it used to, and they brought out the 2023 version that had the exact original color as that one, besides like the detail, which they should bring back. I mean, in my opinion, if I had an original blow up haunted house, if I ever got one, I would sell this and just keep the original. My uncle used to have one, and it just completely died for so many years. You know, like the actual fabric in it completely was shot. And I heard Flex Seal does the job, which I Flex Sealed this one, and then the carriage back there. I Flex Sealed the horse carriage because obviously the horse is standing better. But I mean, you know, just having this standing here alone is just amazing to me. Just blows my mind even to have this guy at all. He doesn't work well, but he's a part of the family now of the Gemmy Life Size and Inflatable Collectors channel. My wife has seen him. My wife has, she was standing next to him. I got a picture of it. It was so cute. But, I mean, if that doesn't terrify you, where, like, you walk at night and there's no lights in your house and you piss yourself, which I've done once, I'll be honest. Scared the fuck out of me because I forgot I had him. It's okay. But, he's in the greatest condition of all time. Which I'll put him away too. As soon as I get done videoing this, I'll put him back in the house where the fireplace is. But I just wanted to show you guys what I have been currently getting and what I've been getting into and doing. Which I promised a setup of these blow-ups, which I'll do a day and night walkthrough. Halloween night, I'm not going to be down here. I'll be at my uncle's scaring people in this haunted attraction. But I just, it's phenomenal to have this at all. First Gemmy life size I've ever owned, and this is what he looks like in the best condition that could be. And I used to have a lot, they just weren't in the best condition, and I threw them out, and I didn't know they were even a lot of money. I only threw one out, I'll be honest, which was the Heads Up Harry guy, which I should have never gotten rid of, because if I could, what I know now, I could have repaired him and restored him to his full former glory, just like this one's gonna be. And this one will never, ever leave my side, I don't think. Unless my wife tells me to get rid of him, and then I will. But she kind of likes him, kind of doesn't. My mom kind of freaks her out once he's talking and stuff again. And his breathing mechanism is kind of cracked. His motor is shot, which is fine because it's supposed to be breathing in and out. Which currently it's out, which is fine. I don't care. It looks better. But, like I said, I'm going to leave as much as I can as original as I can get it. And that is really ticking me off that he's like not even facing the camera. There we go. I know your head's broke. But like I said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this short little, well, long video now. It's almost like 30 minutes long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was supposed to be unboxing, but currently I don't have the box, which is fine. It was an unbagging or unboxing, you could say. But here he is. And when I take him apart, I kind of leave his head angled, not on the body. You never want to leave it on the body because the gears will get split once they're setting in the heat, or like this will happen if you leave it off the body. It will just fall and crack, which I'll leave it on the body. I'm just really terrified. And if I can 3D print the whole head, it would be amazing, but I really don't want to do that either because there's a lot of printing to do. Just like the eye mechanism and everything, I just want to leave it original. And worst comes to worst, if his head completely stays like that and it gets worse, I'm gonna have to 3D print a new head, and I really don't want that to happen. But I mean, his hair, you know, is perfectly original. The hat's original. Everything's original, and I want to leave it like that. So. But like I said, Gemmy, you should really bring these back. I mean, in my opinion, everyone else may not like that opinion, but I really like that opinion. If y'all could come up with something like this again in the next year, I will pretty much buy it. If it's just like this original base and the original, you know, life size as once is standing before me right now. And this, actually, guys, this is my prized possession. If something ever happens to it, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll leave it just standing like this in my room if I got to. But during Christmas, I'll turn him into Scrooge. I mean, we could take the head off, put the Santa hat on it, bling, bada, boom. But, I get he's Halloween, which is fine. But Christmas, I'd rather have a dancing Santa and him, because he's a butler, obviously. And you could probably use him for a lot of occasions, like Thanksgiving. We could put a Thanksgiving hat on him. Freaking fucking St. Patrick's Day and shit, but I just want to leave it as is, as original as I can. And it looks weird without the plate, but the plate is right there. So this was just a video on my prized possession that is standing before me, and it's a Gemmy life size, and I said I would get one for the video, which he was pulled out of a dark, cold place. And he wasn't really that in great condition when I got this, so. But like I said, I'll do a video on it next couple days after I get done with the haunts, the haunted house building. and I will restore him to his former glory, and he probably will never be outside again because I don't trust it. I think they're supposed to be for indoor use only, which is fine, or outdoor use, I don't care, but I don't trust the neighborhood I live in or anybody around me, so he'll just go in. And heck, he might be, he might be the mascot of the channel this year. Or every year. I might just leave him as the mascot. And Edwardian Butler, I like the name of, but I'm gonna and you guys down in the comments, give me a name for him because I'm gonna change it. Obviously, I'll leave it as the Edwardian Butler, but it just doesn't go with him at all. Like Jeeves or something, which I know a Butler's named after Jeeves, whatever his name is. And I might just leave him as like Bobby the Butler or something. Just something not as like Edwardian as long as it is. Just Edward, maybe. I'll call him Edward. And I think there's an Edward Butler floating around too. But just like the heads of Perry and the Leatherface, they're like this. The only thing that's different between Leatherface and him and the other ones is his boots are like actual, like leatherish, I guess you could say. Not in the best condition. And I might add a coat, like put new leather on it as it is, because you can see, yeah, see it's shipping. I'm sorry. This one's actually in great condition. This is not shipping at all. It's always the left foot on these guys. But yeah, I'll just add a new, I'll just redo the base. I don't want to clean the base up any because it looks nice like that, but I might. I don't know. But yeah, so this is going to be nicknamed Edward probably for now. So I'll leave you guys at this video tonight, because obviously I haven't got sleep in 3 days and stuff, and I'm just wore out and tired, which is fine. And a lot of hunt builders are going to be tired, but I think he's a good part of the family now. He's in a better home, condition-wise. So I'm just going to leave y'all with that. So Edward, we'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And welcome, if you're new, to the Gemmy Life Size family. And if you stayed around for 60 subscribers, which, by the way, I love that. Thank you guys. But me and him are just going to go to bed. Obviously, he doesn't go to bed with. It's weird. He's just going to stand back in the fireplace. But like I said, he needs a lot of work, but I feel like I can do it. If I can't, I'll just leave him as it is. But I'm going to try my best. So, but we'll just see you guys in the next video. So, actually, wait. I want to do it like this. Come here, Edward. We'll see you guys. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what y'all do best. And if we hit, before Halloween night, maybe 70 subscribers, I'll give everybody a shout out. I'll go down the whole list of the people that have subscribed to the channel. But this is going to be the new mascot for 2023 into 2024's Halloween Haunt. So, cold. It's cold out here. But we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.